Okay, folks. Now, follow through with me on this one, because I'm going to have to catch you up with some stuff that you've probably already heard a little bit about. I kind of got late to the party on this one, and it turns out it was a giant waste of time anyway. You've probably heard about the Denver shooting, one in which crazy Antifa militant shot dead a conservative at a Patriot rally in Denver. And then, of course, later it turned out that the Antifa militant was actually a security guard for a journalist. And then somebody saw on his wrist a Space Invaders tattoo. Yeah, Pinkerton, thank you. A Space Invaders tattoo. And somewhere in like Europe, there's one tiny like left organization that uses that same Space Invader icon as like a lefty symbol. So they're like, it's wait. There's even a Ben Garrison comic. Hold on, Ben Garrison Denver shooting. Come on, Ben. You never disappointed me before. Give me the Ben Garrison take. There we go. See, there you go. See, it's the gun. He used the Antifa gun on this proud patriot, and he has the Space Invader thing. And again, it's like they're saying this is a dog whistle for Antifa because somewhere in the world some tiny org uses the yeah. Anyway, Biden coming out looking strong here, telling the truth over a corpse. Antifa is an idea, not an organization. That's true. I like it when conservatives try to argue that Antifa can't be an idea and must be an organization because Antifa can hurt people, as though ideas can't lead people to hurt people. Like the idea that any violence has to be a product of an organization, you know? The implication being that it has to be an idea or an organization exclusively, and it can't be an idea that people adhere to, as opposed to an organization people subscribe to. Whatever. It's irrelevant, okay? So, obviously, the discourse is dumb as shit. But I'm not interested in the discourse with regards to the actual legal issue there. It seems like the security guard fired in response to him being pepper sprayed for no reason. I don't really know. But let's talk about conservative disinfo, and let's talk about why you are going to die. You are going to be shot by a conservative patriot, and your head bleeding out will be rolled over by a Trump truck, and it will explode like a cantaloupe. I know some of you are excited, but I encourage you, friends, do not covet this end. It's not a good way to go, folks, though you will get some attention on the news. See, let's begin. Ian Miles Chong, known truth teller, breaking, alleged Antifa militant shoots and kills conservative at Patriot rally in Denver. Now, of course, this was immediately signal boosted by everyone. Paul Joseph Watson, Tim Pool, The Likelihood, and it's completely fake. As always, everything Ian Miles Chong does is objectively incorrect. This guy gets roasted for telling factually incorrect information all the time. As noted here, this is literally his response one time to telling false information. This is a guy who got angry one time during BLM protest coverage and was asked if he had any evidence to support a claim he made, and he said no. And then he later deleted it. This guy doesn't give a fuck. This guy's like a Westaboo, you know? He's lived in Malaysia his whole life, and he just like dreams of being like a little American policeman who can step on black people, you know? He can like march around. He's a cool dude. Also fucking crazy, by the way. I also remember, there's so much good content with this guy. He's such a fucking lolcow. He one time got in a call with Destiny. He's 4'6", right? I think he's 2 feet tall. He got in a call with Destiny, made fun of Destiny for his height before revealing his own, and realized he's actually shorter than Destiny. So again, whatever the case is, that's not actually the main issue here, you know? Although, you know, something could be said about the fact that even when conservative dipshits like Tim Pool pretend to correct their stories, they do it in the worst possible way. Look at this. 8,000 likes, 3.6 thousand retweets on the post-millennial article written by Ian Miles Chong. Then in a response, update, 50 retweets. Update, it was all false. Everything was fake. See, this is why I don't call these people journalists. Journalists face consequences when they tell lies. But for these people, they can just, oh, no, it's not real. not even deleting the original tweet. A real journalist here would have tweeted this out as its own tweet and deleted this tweet. But of course he didn't, and he still hasn't, of course. But that's still not what I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about is the discourse that emerged after people realized this guy wasn't an Antifa militant, he was just a fucking bodyguard, okay? Denver police say shooter is not Antifa. I call bullshit on the Denver PD leadership. Sure, because Denver can totally be trusted. If they kill one of us, they're Antifa as far as I'm concerned. I like that, the last one, by the way. If they kill us, they must be anti-fascists. I like that. That's I'm true. Fucking true. That's pretty true, yeah. Sort of by definition, you know? But I want to be really clear about the precedent that this sets. If you ever step to the conservative mob and you're killed, you will, by definition, be deserving of that death. I need to make this very clear, okay? Because there are a lot of people in this country who thinks that Antifa and the far right are like two clashing sides and it's all crazy and you just want to grill, okay? You don't get to. You don't get to sit on the sidelines to this. Let me make it clear. Remember when the old man at the BLM protest was shoved backwards by a cop and split his head open in the pavement and the president of the United States speculated he might be Antifa? We know Antifa's an idea because they'll ascribe it to anyone they don't like. If they kill you, you're Antifa. If you die to them, you're Antifa. If you disagree with them, you're Antifa. Not just in reality, I guess, but also in their narrative. There run articles about how you're far left, how you deserve to die. It's exactly like what they do with black people anytime black people interact with the police. Oh, sorry, you stole a muffin from the middle school cafeteria when you were 11 years old. So I think the tactical nuclear strike they deployed on your apartment was, I mean, it's not like you were like a real person or anything, but they'll do that to anyone. It's not just black people. This isn't just a black versus white thing. This is an us versus them thing. And us being the people who respect human dignity and them being the people who do not. There isn't a middle ground in this issue. You can be the most grill-happy, centrist, moderate, this apolitical guy in the world. And if you don't like the fact that your neighborhood is being fucking trashed by militant gangs of far-right gun-toting dipshits who are waving them and brandishing them at people illegally, if you go outside and you talk to them sternly and you get shot, you are Antifa. You will be lambasted in their media. They will repost docs of your family. They will talk to themselves on their forums and their boards and their Twitter circles about how you deserved worse. There isn't a sideline on this issue. And the difference between these people and the worst elements of the left, because I'm not totally partisan, I will recognize there are parts of the left who are very punitive towards anyone who is contrary to their narrative and will denote these labels to any group. And I recognize that. The difference is they are an extreme fringe. The right is completely behind this. Trump speculated the old man who was shoved backwards was working with Antifa. The police are complicit in leaking photos and information on black people they've killed in order to discredit them. Like the police who leaked those pictures of Breonna Taylor holding guns 6 months after she was killed, an innocent woman. Because apparently the Second Amendment is a white person thing. Apparently that's criminal to legally own a firearm and to have a picture of you holding it. In the United States of America, the police, the presidency, far-right media, they're all 100% behind the idea that if you ever step to them, if you are ever inconvenient, if you are killed by them, even as an accident, that you are Antifa. That no matter what you do, by way of you being in their way, you are by definition to them a bad person. And the consequences of your impropriety will not stop with you. They will besmirch you on social media. Your corpse will be photoshopped into memes. You will see groypers dancing on top of the grainy JPEG of your blood-soaked body dumped near the gutter. They will dox your family. They will dig into your history. You will be denigrated and disgraced before your family. And there are people monkusing in chat. Have they not done this to every single person who dies to far-right militia groups? Does this not happen every time? This is a recurring pattern. This isn't far left versus far right. This is anybody who's inconvenient to them must, by definition, be a far left, militant, Soros-paid, child molesting a nutter who was put down justly by the conservative mob. It really is the far right versus everybody else, and they're trying to trick you into thinking they're protecting you from the left. It is the far right versus everyone, versus life on Earth. Not far right versus far left. The battle here isn't between Antifa and Nazis. The battle here should be between people who want to preserve law and dignity and justice as a concept, and people who genuinely want to see you gunned down in the street and then dragged on social media for it. That's it. These people are not a political opposition. No, I'll say it, yeah, law and order. Absolutely. Some of the laws we have are there for good fucking reason. Like, for example, laws on self-defense, which is why Breonna Taylor's boyfriend was able to open fire into cops and got off for it because the cops didn't fucking announce themselves beforehand and therefore were indistinguishable from his perspective from just a bunch of random intruders. Like the laws that we have about brandishing firearms against people, which is illegal, which is why it's so interesting that that little Manchin couple of conservatives who brandished firearms at those BLM protesters unlawfully might get a pardon from their fucking governor. Law and order, like the order that I hope every young black child in this country can enjoy as they go to sleep knowing there's not a chance of them being fucking killed in a no-knock raid. Law, like the laws we have protecting voter rights, preventing voter intimidation at the booth. Yeah, sure, I'm for law and order. I don't know how we lost this optical battle, frankly. They have nothing but contempt for law and order. They have nothing but veneration for legal loopholes and exercises of power which allow them to fuck you. It's that simple. This isn't law versus anarchy. This isn't far left versus far right. This is what happens if you find yourself at the wrong end of one of their mobs. And it will happen every time. And it won't just be random commenters. It'll be their multi-million follower social media extraordinaire accounts. It'll be their politicians. It'll be their judges. It'll be their lawyers. It'll be their lawmakers. It really is America versus fascism. The idea that these people give a fuck about America is laughable. Any of the ideas that America was nominally founded upon? Liberalism is what America was founded upon. An imperfect promise it may have been, but preferable certainly to these people who claim themselves to be champions of America while advocating for Christian fundamentalism and ethno-supremacy.